Well, the good thing is we teach things by concepts. So pretty much any guy that plays in our secondary could play the star position. We got corners who could play the star. We got safeties who could play the star. Actually, in the spring, you know, because of the way we practice on both fields, sometimes you might get a little short on numbers in the secondary. When we went with the threes, I made Malcolm Parrish play the star, Aaron Davis played the star, Quincy Malger played it, and Dom Sanders. So right there's 4 guys that we could put them out there to play the star at any point in time, and they know exactly what to do.
Can Floyd play that position?
Sure.
Is that something you're looking at or considering?
He'll play it some.
Coach, in terms of that DB room and the guys you signed in this past class, how do you feel like you changed there? How do you feel like you're trending there?
Well, we got some bigger men. Got some bigger men in there. Got a lot of guys that's got really good ball skills. We'll see how camp progresses. You know, the one thing that we don't want to do with anybody in this freshman class is we definitely don't want to create unrealistic expectations. You know, our goal for those guys is to do their best every day. And as a fan base, sometimes when you start recruiting a lot of really good football players, you know, you put these expectations out there, and the reality of it is you know, there's not a whole lot of true freshmen that play anywhere across the league. Every year, you know, a few teams have 2 or 3, and I'm sure we'll have 2 or 3 this year. You know, probably if you're playing with a whole lot of true freshmen, you're probably not very good.
Talking with some of your guys earlier, they said you're a real stickler for avoiding the self-inflicted wounds that can be so costly. How do you coach that when it's game time versus practice, and then how do you as a staff improve upon, you know, shoring up those little things that mean so much in close games?
Yeah, one thing that we don't want to do, we don't want to beat ourselves. So our number one goal this fall camp is no mental errors. And obviously in fall camp, when you're teaching and putting new things in, you're going to have some. But the goal is to eliminate them. So that's our number one deal. Our kids understand it when they get here. So we got to teach the details of everything involved in each coverage, each pressure. And we do it kind of conceptually, so the guys kind of get the big picture.
You mentioned having bigger guys up front, and last year I know you wanted a lot of guys to be smaller in the back, be quicker. Is that kind of philosophically where you are in general on your defensive guys and their size and everything?
Well, obviously for us, you know, bigger is better. The thing we want to do last year was not necessarily lose weight. We want to change our bodies, you know, so we could play some downs, and I think we have. Our strength staff's done a phenomenal job. The way they've worked in the off season and this summer, we're to me a totally different looking team than we were this time last year.
Lorenzo Carter made a lot of big plays for you as a freshman, but he was saying earlier today he didn't like the way he always fared against the run. Have you seen, I mean, is that a fair assessment with him, and is that something he needs to improve to?
Yeah, he's figured out the film don't lie, you know. You know, that's one thing he's got to focus on to be a complete football player. You know, he's got ability to rush the quarterback, but he's got to learn to play the run. And that comes with age, experience, and the first thing you got to do is realize your deficiencies to fix them. And I think that's something that he understands.